駆け抜け青春スパーキング。来たわよ、ユウ。
Yeah, but like, can you really call it an excursion if you're stargazing at school? Unless that was just a placeholder background. I call it placeholder. Unless that was just meant to be a generic background. Hibiki rang the intercom, then immediately came in without asking. You really should get permission first before you come into other people's houses. See, it doesn't count because, you know, your childhood friends. You're really taking advantage of us being childhood friends. See, see, you understand.
いいじゃない。私とユウの仲でしょ?
Good fences make good neighbors.
冷たいわね、ユウは。リツはどう思う？玄関の鍵をかけてなかったお兄ちゃんが悪いかな。
Ritsu popped her head out and answered. That doesn't sound like a good thing.
待ってよ、鍵かけたら私が勝手に入れないじゃない。
That's the point we're trying to make.
ね、私に自由を与えないと、あんたが困るのよ。
How so?
寝坊したあんたを起こす幼馴染固有イベントが発生しなくなるわ。
I'd better make sure to lock and set the chain on the door from now on. But Hibiki, here's the thing. The only time that trope... Well, here's the thing, right? Yeah, the trope exists. But the little sister and the childhood friend have the same role in that situation, right? So because Ritsu is, you know, exists, Hibiki, you know, can't wake him up if he oversleeps. You get what I mean? Ritsu already fills that role.
ちょっとイベントフラグをへし折らないでよ。
Quit talking about flags. So, why are you here?
様子を見に来たのよ。昨日の天体観測で言う、なんかちょっと変だったし。
Well...
あとあんた、リン送ってるのに既読無視してるでしょ。幼馴染の女の子が心配して、いろいろ送ってるのに、無視とか許されると思ってるわけ？で、ムカついたから文句言いに来た。
My bad. I had a few things on my plate. Hibiki stared intently at me.
それで何なの？
What are you talking about?
ごまかさないで。天体観測からあんた変よ。私に何か隠してるでしょ。
I'm not.
嘘だ！どうしてゆうちゃんは私に嘘をつくのかな？
Stop it. The cicadas are gonna cry.
私の目は節穴じゃないわよ、ゆう。あんた小学生の頃から嘘をつくときは一瞬右上を見るのよね。ついさっきもあんた右上に目をそらしたわよ。
Seriously? I had been aware I had such a habit. It got in the way when I did magic, so that woman had told me to fix it. That woman? What? What do you mean, that woman? You! We've played through the fucking common route. We know who that woman is. Stop talking about her in the fucking third person like we don't know who it is. And here I thought I'd corrected that behavior. I mean, that kind of just gives it away. Here's the thing, right? If you really did correct that behavior, then during the card match with his auntie, he still did that, right? He still did that. He still did the habit of, you know, looking to the top right when he's lying, or whatever the fuck the habit was. So wouldn't... I mean, it is speculated that she gave him the win, right? And because of the conversation after with Kika, kind of hints at it, but this more cements that fact that she most definitely gave him the win, unless I'm reading too much into this. And he actually did just lock in during the match, I guess, and didn't do that when he was lying.
さあ、白状しなさい。
I'm telling you, I'm not hiding anything.
あ
That was blatantly skeptical. No, that was a blatantly skeptical look in her eyes.
あ、もういい。映画見る。
She must have seen I wasn't likely to break. Gave up and sprawled onto the sofa.
さーて、何見ようかな。
Also, speaking of this position, I didn't mention this before, but you know, her lying down like that is like the only argument I could see as to why you would position the sofa perpendicular to the TV, right? I mean, no one in the comments mentioned anything about it, but it's just a thought that I had back then. Not, but I didn't bring it up then. She fiddled with the remote when selecting a movie.
ユウ、ポテチあるなら持ってきて。あとコーラ。ないなら何でもいいから炭酸でね。
Who made you queen? I did feel I owed. I feel like I owed. I did feel like I owed her, since I was hiding something, though. So I got her some consomme chips and cola like she asked.
あ、お箸もちょうだい。素手でポテチ食べたら手が汚れるでしょ。
Why don't you just become consomme flavored too?
いいわよ。後でコンソメ味になった私の指をしゃぶらせてあげる。
You. The more I thought about it, the more I realized it might not be so bad. Not good. Not good. Something was really wrong with me.
うんうん。やっぱりブラビアかっこいいわね。
Brad Pitt. If you're gonna change the P to a B, at least change the B in his first name to a P. So it's Brad Pitt. Why change one letter when you could change two and be funnier? Hibiki had started to watch an action movie with a good-looking actor playing a detective. Nothing with heroes today.
こういうアクション映画の主人公も広い意味ではヒーローじゃない？
When you put it that way, yeah, maybe. This cool-looking detective apparently had a dog he adored and doted on like his own kid.
ああ、いいな。スクラップスかわいいな。
Effectively calling a dog rubbish is pretty crazy naming sense. God, I'm trying to think back on all the Brad Pitt movies I've seen. And the last one I saw was Bullet Train, which was however many years ago. So, fuck. I'm trying to remember which movie they're referencing, right?
私も犬と一緒に暮らしたい。ねえユウ、ここで犬飼おうよ。
Go adopt your own. And I'm a cat person.
そうしたいんだけど、うちの親ペット否定派なのよね。んだ、いつか必ず家を出て犬と一緒に暮らすんだから。
Sure, but you need to be ready and financially able to have a pet.
大丈夫よ。犬の1匹や2匹、私が養ってみせるわ。
Oh, I like the enthusiasm.
あとついでにユウも飼ってあげる。
Oh, thanks for that. Is that what you thought I'd say?
ユウをペットにしたかったのにな。
The cool-looking detective found himself in a crisis toward the end of the movie. He was surrounded by the villains.
ああ、なんなのよこいつら。卑怯じゃないの。
Well, they are villains. The good-looking detective was already battered. just before the bad guys pulled the trigger on their guns. His dog Scraps jumped in to face death head on and charged at the villains.
スクラップス
Scraps put his life on the line to protect the good-looking detective. He quietly drew his last breath in his crying owner's arms.
スクラップススクラップスなんてことするのよバカスクラップスこれが終わったらご主人といっぱい遊べるはずだったのにひどいよこんなのってないよ
Hibiki was wailing along with the good-looking detective protagonist, almost like it affected her personally.
ああもうこういうの無理犬をひどい目に遭わせるなんてそんなの楽に決まってるじゃない
She smacked the sofa with her hands as huge tears cascaded down her cheeks. Was it always this easy to make you cry?
まずいここユンチだった
She quickly grabbed the tissues, blew her nose, and wiped her tears.
私泣いてないわよ
No, of course not. That would be unthinkable. There was a pile of balled up used tissues at her feet.
うっさい泣いてないったら泣いてないの
Poor Scraps. You're totally crying.
やめなさいウィークポイントつかないでよ
So you've finally learned compassion for other people.
あんた私のことなんだと思ってたわけ
We were together nearly every day as children, but I had never seen Hibiki cry before. She hadn't even cried after an upperclassman walloped her, after all. Well, whatever the case, I got to see something nice.
今のはなしよすべて見なかったことにしなさい
That's not really possible.
見なかったことにしなさい
Fine. You don't need to get so worked up about it.
嘘ね私にはわかるんだから
The second she said that, she put her arms around my head and put me in a headlock. Sound effects. Ow, ow, ow. I get it. I didn't see a thing. She squeezed without holding back, so it hurt like hell.
だいたいどうしてユウは平気なの犬が犠牲になったのよ死んじゃったのよかわいそうだと思わないの
She clung to me even harder, sending me back onto the sofa. It was then I realized how close her face was to mine. Wait, Hibiki!
あのスクラップスの勇気にご主人を思う一途な姿に感動しないなんて人間じゃないわほらユウも私と一緒に泣きなさいよ
I could feel Hibiki's breath brush against my skin with her pressed up tightly against me. My face flushed and my mind went blank.
ちょっとユウ何とってるのあれユウ
Her eyes were pretty. Her smooth skin, her peach-colored lips, well, there aren't any, and the floral aroma that wafted around her. She was so beautiful, I forgot how to breathe.
ユウあんたまさか
Hibiki released me from the headlock and stood up from the sofa.
ごめん
Huh? For what?
いや何がって聞かれると別に誰が悪いってわけじゃないから気にしないでいいから
Huh?
とにかくごめん私今日はもう帰るから
Hibiki left the movie where it was left the movie where it was, and dashed home as quickly as she could. I rushed out of Yu's house and ran home as fast as I could.
なんなのよ、あのユウの目。
He had been staring at me intently.
あれじゃまるで。
I was lost for words. Those passionate eyes that pierced to the depths of my heart.
恋してるの？何言ってるの私。それじゃユウが私に恋してるってことになっちゃうじゃないの。
Yeah, and that doesn't make any sense.
いや、それはない。
Especially not with how you've been treating them.
ないわ。ないよね。
Who was I even thinking? Who was I even asking? I was a little confused, yeah.
否定してもしょうがないわね。
I had seen that reaction from Yu's up close.
でも、だとしたら本気で、ユウが私のことを好きになったってこと？
Or of Yu's up close. The fucking necklace was... I had had a crush on Yu ever since we were kids. Yu, on the other hand, was indifferent and hardly showed any interest in romance. I knew I could be eccentric at times, so I figured that had been the case, but...
ちょっと自己嫌悪。
Just kidding. I was nothing more than who I was. I could only be myself.
そんな私は、ユウが女の子として意識してくれるようになった。
My face burned up.
鳥肌が。
A sweet numbness raced through my body.
まあ、ユウも、やっと恋愛に目覚めたのかもしれない。それはいいことよ。夏休み、可愛くなって帰ってきた幼馴染に、再び恋する学園男子。これぞ青春って感じ。いいわね、青春よ。
I struck a triumphant pose as I glided along on my skateboard.
それに、これってすごいチャンスよね。
You was my best friend. If I was being honest, I didn't want us to stay just friends forever. If at all possible, I also wanted to be by his side as a woman. Well, you're gonna get that opportunity in this route.
よーし、頑張ろう。
That felt weird to say, as soon as I said it.
ちょっと待って。私が頑張るの？私、今まで結構頑張ってきたと思うんだよね。
I transferred here for him, and created a club for him, and thought about him constantly. Okay, and at what point did you ask if he wanted any of those things?
たまにはユウが私のために頑張ってくれてもいいんじゃない？そうよ、ユウが私のこと好きって言うなら、ユウももっと頑張るべきよ。
I wanted Yu's heart to race like mine did. I want for my words and actions to sway him between joy and sorrow, just like his did to me.
それが青春よね。となると、私の方から告白するのは筋が良くないわね。なんか私がちょろい女の子だって思われそう。それはダメよ。なんかムカつくし。
He'd never confessed to me if things stayed the same as they always had. Call it the power dynamic between us. After our many years together, and also many years apart, with China's defiance and otherwise at work. What? Oh, yeah. I doubted he would ever act on his feelings.
まあ、照れくさいっていうのは私も一緒なんだけどね。
Even so, I was different from you. I was a woman who took action. Yeah, and used a tsundere. If you wouldn't make a move, then I could just set various things in motion so he felt compelled to confess to me.
よーし、そうと決まれば、早速行動開始よ。絶対言うに、I love you って言わせてみせるんだから。駆け抜け青春、スパーキング。
The next day, I mean, out of all of the Dere characters, this is definitely, Hibiki is definitely the most Dere out of all of the ones that we've seen. Oh, yeah, from my playthroughs, I mean. All of the ones I've seen, I guess, through the vision novels I've played. Because you've got Karen, right? And then, like, the Cat Girls and Nekopara, but I don't think those really count. Who else? Because there's not that many, right? A Dere type character can only work if they're well written, right? Because their quirk being that they are very outspoken about how much they love the main character, right? I mean, to be fair, that isn't really the case with Hibiki here, but it's not like she's denying those feelings, right? Like it's tsundere. Or she isn't acting coldly towards the main character like a kudere. Or she's, you know, she is shy about her feelings towards him, but it's not like she wouldn't confess to him, right? If she knew that you liked her, and I mean at this point she does, it's more so she wants you to confess to her, or, you know, put more work into his feelings for her. Even if she would, you know, even if she's the type to confess her love. But Hibiki being a Dere type, you know, outside of the extroverted nature of her personality, needs to be well written for her to be a good character. Alright, so, you know, for out of all of the Dere types you could have picked, it's, you know, it's definitely one of the harder ones you could have chosen. Who was it?
ちょっと鍵かかってるじゃない。開けなさいよ。
It was Hibiki.
You.
The second I undid the lock, Hibiki barged into the living room.
なんで私が来るのに鍵かけてるわけ？嫌がらせはやめてよね。
I'll pretend to be out of the house next time.
そんなことしたらバールでこじ開けるわよ。
Brutal. Oh no.
それよりリツは？
She looked around the room. She's out shopping. Then she's going to be hanging out with friends, apparently.
そう。
Oh, you're going to be home alone with her for the whole day. She looked like she was skimming something. You know, you've been coming over every day lately. Do you have that much free time?
バカね。そんなわけないでしょ。
And also, it's exactly like that.
夏休みのスケジュールはすでにみっちり埋まってるわ。
What are your plans for tomorrow?
ユウと遊ぶ。
She had way too much time on her hands. Well, fine. More importantly, you were acting really weird after bawling your eyes out yesterday. What was all that about?
私泣いてないから。
Yes, you were.
泣いてない。私が泣くわけない。そうでしょ？
Okay, you're a hero. I kept her in check once she began to intimidate me. So you got nervous and hightailed it back, huh?
別に何もないっすけど。
Your tone suggests otherwise, Hibiki.
うるさいな。私にもいろいろとあるのよ。
You clearly sidestepped that. She must not have wanted to talk about it.
ごまかしてるのはあんたの方でしょ。天体観測の時、私から顔そらして逃げ回ったくせに。
That was...
今日は話してくれるよね。あの時、どうしてユウは逃げちゃったわけ？
See, at this point, Hibiki knows why, Hibiki knows why you didn't look at her. She just wants him to confess. But not in the same way that, never mind. I didn't run away.
逃げたでしょ。
Don't run away.
あんたがそういう態度なら、こっちにも考えがあるわよ。
What are you planning to do? All of a sudden, Hibiki put her hands around my waist and clung to me. What are you?
あんたを捕まえただけよ。
Oh, never mind it. The squeezing sound effect, I thought she was squeezing as tightly as she was when he was put in a headlock, but I guess not.
これでもう逃げられないでしょ。
I get it. I won't run, so let go. Hibiki leaned in close to stare at me at point blank range.
ユウ、あんたに聞きたいことがあるな。
What is it?
あんた、好きな人いる？
Huh? No.
いないの？
That obviously doesn't matter right now.
よくないから聞いてるの。教えてよ。ユウの好きな人、幼馴染なんだから、私が一番に知りたいの。
I couldn't speak when she gazed at me with such a serious look in her eyes. Could this mean she'd figured me out? Had she realized my heart had been racing when I looked at her back then?
ユウ、
Yes.
ほら、
Uh-huh.
早くして。
And do what?
わかるでしょ。
What the hell was going on here? Hibiki held onto me tightly and continued staring straight into my eyes. Did she want me to kiss her? Hold on, Hibiki. I'm not emotionally ready yet.
何弱気なこと言ってるの。男なんだから、勇気出してガツンと来なさいよ。私が必ず受け止めてあげるから。
I see. She really did want a kiss. Well, I don't think she wants to go that far, but I don't think she would mind. It's not what she's really aiming for, but, she wouldn't say no to it. I couldn't help but hesitate now that Hibiki had put me into the situation. But when she told me, be brave and lay it on me. Yeah, she kind of, probably wrong choice of words, but my only real choice was to do it. Okay, Hibiki. I rested my hands on her shoulders and leaned forward. Close your eyes, Hibiki.
なんで？
Why? I'm sure you know. Wouldn't it be tough to kiss her with her eyes open? I mean, yeah.
うん。
I slowly brought my face closer. Hibiki.
ユウ。
Our lips touched. She stepped back with tremendous speed.
ちょっとユウ！あんた今何を？
I mean, you told me to kiss you.
言ってないでしょ！私そんなこと一言も！
We were both startled. What are you trying to get me to do then?
それはあんたが察しなさいよ！
Like I said, I thought you wanted me to kiss you.
違う！いきなりキスなんてするか！物には順番ってもんがあるでしょ！
In order? I mean, yeah, you have to confess to her first. Oh, did you want me to confess to her first? That's what I'm saying. I get it now. That makes sense. Hibiki had liked me for ages now. Or rather, her interest in me aside, she didn't dislike me. But Hibiki was extremely competitive. She likely believed it would be her loss if she was the one who confessed to me first. I guess. I don't think it's her competitive nature that makes her think that way. I think it's more because she's girly. What? Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. And now she wanted to profess my feelings. Wanted me to profess my feelings to her first.
まさかユウがいきなりキスなんて。あんた、いつからそんな大胆になったのよ。私の胸触っただけで大げさにビクビクしてたくせに。
She was really underestimating me. I wasn't the same little kid that she get piggyback rides to when we were young. Hey now, Hibiki, you're exaggerating a little kiss.
あんたまさかキスしたことあるわけ？
What? Hibiki, you haven't?
もちろんあるわよ。
Wow, with who?
いろいろよ。ユウの方こそ教えなさい。誰とキスしたの？
It would be rude to the other person to share that information without their permission.
そうね、そうかも。ってごまかされないわよ。強がっちゃってユウのくせに生意気。
Oh shit. That confidence that comes with maturity. Yeah. That's confidence that comes with maturity. In comparison, Hibiki, you're inexperienced. Excuse me? This was fun.
なんだ、キスくらい何よ。私なんてあんたと違って行くとこまで行ってるんだから。
Oh, how far have you gone?
そんなのセックスに決まってるでしょ。
Obviously, the visual novel writers wouldn't have allowed you to have sex before having sex with you. No, aren't you a virgin?
あれ嘘だもん。
Seriously?
まあ私も学園2年生だし、セックスくらい経験してるわよ。当然でしょ。あれあれ、ひょっとしてユウくんはまだ童貞なのかな。ユウにはチェリーボーイがお似合いね。
You must be joking. Cherry boy. No, wait, don't get flustered. This was a bluff.
まあユウがどうしてもって言うなら、私が手ほどきしてあげてもいいわよ。
Really? Sure, go for it.
え?
It'll be reassuring if you... It'll be reassuring to have you as my first partner. Please and thank you.
はあ？待ってよユウ。私たちまだ恋人でもなんでもないでしょ。なのにセックスとかしちゃうわけ？
Hibiki began to panic, just as I expected. What's wrong, Hibiki? Don't get cold feet on me now.
別に私は経験者だから平気だし。
She sure was acting strange for someone who was experienced. You're going to wind up doing something you can't take back if you keep trying so hard to show off, so cut it out. Isn't all of this about you having experienced a lie anyway? You're a virgin, so there's no need to lie about it.
ぶっちーん。
Oh, I thought I heard some odd noises.
いいわよ。そこまで言うならやってやろうじゃない。
As soon as she said it, he began to strip. Excuse me?
その代わり叱ってもらうからね。ユウ、これから先あんた一生私の奴隷だから。
Wait, hold on a minute. I panicked when she reached for her underwear.
うっさいなぜ。あんたも脱ぎなさいよ。
Stop, Hibiki. Value your modesty more.
あんたがその慎みを捨てさせたんでしょうが。 こうなったら行くとこまで行ってやる。ほらするわよセックス。セックスよセックスセックスセックス。
I hope I hope Ritsu doesn't walk in on this on this scene. Not good. She's lost it. Sorry, this was my fault. So stop. I desperately held Hibiki back as she tried to undress herself. About the time she was half naked, we both fell to the ground.
Huh?
Who would have guessed that Ritsu would come back and finish? Oh no. I locked eyes with Ritsu. Everything was frozen in place. Ritsu, didn't you go to hang out with your friends?
買い物した荷物をしまってから行こうと思ってたんだけど。
Who would have guessed that she needed to come back home after going shopping?
っていうか二人で何やってるの？ちょうどいいわリツ。私今から言うとせ。
She was still a bit manic. I covered Hibiki's mouth. This is what it looks like. We were fooling around. Phrasing. And she just got excited. Phrasing. Calm down, Hibiki. Ritz is not involved. Don't drag her into this. Oh, it looks like she's come to her senses. Good. I'll take my hand away, so behave. Don't make such erotic sounds. Ow! She whacked me with a daikon radish at full force. And where's the CG for that? Missed opportunity. Another one. Okay.
響ちゃんも服装を正して。はい。二人ともお話し合いです。それじゃあ私は出かけてくるけど、二人とも節度を守って遊ぶように。はーい。
We will. Ritsu left it to hang out with her friends. I'm exhausted. We explained the gist of what happened to Ritsu and somehow got her to understand.
もう、リツに怒られたじゃない。あんたのせいよ、ユウ。
No, it's because you went crazy and started taking your clothes off.
それはあんたが無駄に煽ってきたからでしょ。
We glared at each other.
まったく、少しは素直になりなさいよね。
Hibiki, I know your ulterior motive. I was sure she tried to make me confess somehow, but like hell I was going to play along so easily. Aren't you the one who should be honest?
へえ、ユウのくせに生意気なこと言うじゃない。
I won't be who I used to be forever. Hibiki had been treating me the same way as when we were kids, but I wanted to change her perception of me.
わかった。じゃあ本気でやらせてもらうから。覚悟しなさいよ、ユウ。
That's more like it. Bring it on, Hibiki.
Kakenuke 青春スパーキング。
We had come to the beach. Summer was finally in full swing, which meant the shore was crowded with swimmers.
ねえねえ、ダーリン、海で泳ごうよ。
my honey.
A cliche swimsuit-clad couple passed by us. I normally would have shot them a sour glance, but I wasn't going to laugh at them now.
ごめんね、ダーリン。待たせちゃった。
It's all right, honey.
ありがとう。 それよりどうかな、この水着。ダーリンのために選んだんだよ。似合ってるかな。
Yeah, of course it does, my honey. The fuck is this situation? Are they trying to call each other's bluff? After all, you're a Midsummer Venus. What do you mean? How'd things turn out this way?
海に行くわよ。
Hibiki broke the ice the moment she walked through my front door. Didn't we just go to the beach with everyone the other day?
そうね。でも今回は二人きりよ。つまりこれはデートのお誘いってわけ。
A date?
ユウはキスの経験があるって設定でしょ。だったら私のことも素敵にエスコートしてくれるかなーって。女の子の扱いにも慣れてるはずだしね。まあ別に自信がないなら断ってもいいわよ。
Fine, I'll do it. Come to think of it, you were bragging about your sexual experience. Having sexual experience. Yeah. I'd assume that means you'll have no problem acting like you're madly in love with a virgin, like me in your swimsuit. I would love for you to show me your feminine charms. There's no point in showing off, though. I wouldn't want you to push yourself.
面白いじゃない。乗ってあげるわ。
And that was how Hibiki and I wound up going on a date.
何よ、真夏のヴィーナスって。昭和のおじさんか。
What did you say?
ねえ、パパ。カップルさんが喧嘩してるよ。
ああ、本当は仲がいいんだろうね。
A passing parent and child gave us a heartwarming look.
カップルじゃないから。
Don't say that to me. We both fidgeted in place.
やめましょうよ。せっかく海に来たんだから楽しく遊ばないと。
Good idea. Excellent. Everything was back to normal. Are you sure it was? Are you sure it is? Hibiki, do you have an umbrella?
欲しい欲しい。
I'll go rent one. Then. You pick out a good spot.
いいよ、せっかくだし二人で行こう。その方がデートっぽいでしょ。
Yeah.
あ、今ちょっと照れた？私に惚れるなよ。
Shut up. I knew she actually wanted me to.
何をお求めっすか？
A gaudy-looking guy came out when we approached the beach house. An umbrella?
お、隣の彼女かわいいじゃん。彼氏とかいる？
いないわよ。今のところはね。
マジで？じゃあ俺立候補しまーす。俺免許取ったばっかでさ、一緒にドライブしてくれる子探してるんだ。めっちゃ有料物件よ、俺。
The muscular-tanned playboy made a pass at Hibiki.
有料物件ね。考えておくわ。とりあえずパラソル貸してよ。
いいよ、タダで貸すわ。そん代わりだけど、君の連絡先教えて。
オッケー、教えてあげる。
Hey, Hibiki.
大丈夫よ、こういうの慣れてるから。
At least the glass guy who wanted to be Hibiki's boyfriend was nice to her about it. So I feel less bad about Hibiki rejecting this guy. But was it really okay for her to give out her contact information to some random playboy? I'm sure she'd either give out a wrong number or like wouldn't actually give out her number, right?
ただし条件があるわ。
何でも言ってよ。
一つ目、私に連絡してこないこと。
え？
必要な時はこっちから連絡するわ。一文字でも勝手に送ってきたら即ブロックよ。いいわね。
あは。
二つ目、こっちからの連絡にはすぐに応答すること。既読スルーなんてしたらぶち殺す。丸一日返事がない場合は ブロックよ。OK?3つ目。私が終わりって言ったら会話は終了。それ以降に余計な口を聞いたら即ブロック。くだらない長話に付き合ってられるほど私は暇じゃないの。以上、3つの条件。きちんと守れる？
それって俺に何のメリットも。
守れるわね。
あ、はい。
じゃあ連絡先を交換しましょう。
This is definitely it's definitely a direction I didn't expect to go down. Hibiki took out her phone and added the Playboy as a friend on Lin.
へえ、あんたモテギっていうのね。
そうそう。よろしくね、響ちゃん。
じゃあ早速だけどモテギ、パラソル貸して。
おいっす !1500 円になりまーす。
ありがとう。
Hibiki took the umbrella and proceeded to jog off.
響ちゃん代金は？
あんたさっきタダでいいって言ったじゃない。あれは嘘だったの？
それは。
でもそうね。私の連絡先が1500円なんて安売りしすぎか。モテギ、ついでにジュースと焼きそばもつけて。どっちも2人前ね。よろしく。
マジか！
I couldn't help but pity the poor guy. He had it coming.
海で食べる焼きそばってなんでこんなに美味しいんだろう。
Yeah, it's all that salt in the air. It's adding flavor to the yakisoba. Probably because it's free.
何よその白い目。モテギがタダでいいって言うからタダでもらっただけよ。私は何も悪いことはしてないわ。
Hibiki didn't seem the least bit bothered by the creepy playboy, which made her ability to overcome adversity all the more incredible. You really are amazing, Hibiki.
でしょ？もっと褒めて褒めて。
I felt a warmth deep in my chest when she flashed me a cheerful smile. I was the only one she ever smiled at that way.
美味しかった。でもこれじゃ少ないわね。もう少しなんか食べたい気分。
I agree. The amount of yakisoba in our plastic containers wasn't enough to be a full meal for 2 growing students.
そうだ、かき氷なんてどう？
Oh, sounds good. I'd just been thinking I could go for some.
私は断然イチゴ派だけど、ユウはレモンだったわね。
I'm impressed you remembered.
当然でしょ？
Yeah, of course Hibiki would remember her crush's favorite shaved ice flavor.
そんじゃ、モテギからもらってくる。
Get some. Make sure you pay next time.
私に任せておいて。
She purposefully left her wallet behind.
ユウ、かき氷もらってきたわよ。
Yeah, wait. What's that about?
よいしょっ
Of course. Hey, you.
と。デートなんだからデートらしくしないとね。
With the shaved ice in one hand, Hibiki leaned up against me under the umbrella, where I had been cooling off. So, what's with that shaved ice?
モテギにスペシャル盛りでって作ってもらったの。レモンとイチゴのシロップ両方かけてもらっちゃった。
Sure, but you did compensate him, right?
払ったわよ。
Liar, you didn't bring your wallet.
私と10分だけリーンで会話する権利をあげるって言ったら喜んで作ってくれたわよ。
I've never seen someone put a price on the on the right to talk to them before.
ユウは分かってないわね。世の中には女子学生と数時間お茶するのに数万払う人だっているのよ。かき氷代くらいで私と会話できるだけありがたいと思ってほしいわ。
Yeah, it's called Findom. Not Femdom, Findom, financial domination. I was starting to feel bad for Motegi.
分かったでしょ？
get what? Except in this situation, he's not paying with money, he's paying with other stuff.
私はわざわざユウの家まで遊びに行ってあげて、毎日あんたの相手をしてあげてる。これがどれくらい価値があることなのか、ちょっとは思い知るべきよ。
You're looking down on me like a god gazing down on from the heavens.
ひれ伏しなさい。愚かなる民よ。
Hey, don't get cocky. I tried to pull away, but he just clung to my arm even harder.
こらこら、かき氷がこぼれちゃうでしょ。せっかくもらってきたんだから、美味しく食べてあげないとね。
Nah, she scooped some shaved ice with her spoon and held it out to me.
はいユウ。
I can eat it by myself.
あれれ、もしかして恥ずかしがってるの？まあ私みたいな美少女に水着姿で言い寄られたら困っちゃうよね。
Is that something people would ordinarily say about themselves? This was especially nasty coming from her, since I couldn't even say she was exaggerating about herself.
ほらほら、氷が溶けちゃうよ。はいユウちゃん。
Munch. Part of me wasn't convinced, but I helped myself under the guise of not wanting to waste food.
どう？おいしい？
Yeah, it is. She fed me the lemon-flavored part I'd said I wanted. I'd expected her to be tactless, but she was surprisingly sensible about this.
じゃあ私も食べよう。
Wait, isn't it my turn to feed you?
あ、そう？じゃあ食べさせて。
It was kind of disappointing that she didn't bother to hesitate.
なんなら、ユウの口移しでもいいわよ。
Really? I'll do it if that's what you want.
でもちゃんと責任取りなさいよ。
Take responsibility for what? The shaved ice melting on his tongue when he passes it into her mouth? Never mind. Nah, never mind. I'll pass.
うわぁ、クズ発言きた。
She could say whatever she wanted. Here, Hibiki. I'll shovel it in. So open your mouth.
ちょっと、家畜に餌をあげるみたいな言い方やめてよ。
Scooped some up with the spoon and brought it to Hibiki's mouth.
冷たくて美味しい。もっとちょうだい。
Sure.
海で食べるかき氷って超癒される。
As she begged, I stuck one spoon of shaved ice after another into Hibiki's open mouth.
うわぁ、頭キーンきたー。でもこれが夏って感じ。
She thrashed her head around in pain. Every single one of your reactions are so overblown, like a YouTuber.
かわいいでしょ。
I'm not so sure about that. She gulped down the remainder of her shaved ice once her brain freeze subsided.
ああ、美味しい。
You should tell Motegi thank you.
そうね。モテギには後でかき氷美味しかったって送っておくわ。
Just be careful, okay? Motegi has figured out your overall vibe, but not everyone will be so receptive to it.
わかってる。ちゃんと相手見てるから。
Yeah, like how you isn't very receptive to Hibiki acting like she's into other guys.
モテギ、悪い人じゃないと思う。意外とかっこいいし。まあ、男性としては興味ないけどね。
It was a small relief to hear that.
よかったでしょう。
How so?
隠しても無駄よ。今の聞いて安心したくせに。
Who can say? I grinned at her.
何その態度。ほんと素直じゃないし可愛くない。
That's not true. I'm very pure.
だったら教えなさいよ。ユウ、あんたが興味があるのは？
Hard currency?
は？
Also marketable securities. Thumbs up.
もうバカじゃないの？ 私が聞いてるのは、あんたが興味持ってる女の子よ。
There's no way I'd tell you that. After all, you're the girl I'm interested in.